week of April 30th, 2024. My name is Juliana.
And I'm Zoe. Welcome to TNN.
In U.S. news, on weekends you'll find Mateo Lange sorting through bottles and cans. Mateo, 15, leads a community recycling program in Indian River, Michigan, his hometown. Mateo launched the program in 2020. He was 11 and in 6th grade. He was playing baseball with the Northern Michigan Cyclones. The team needed money to travel to tournaments. Mateo pitched a plan.
In world news, Cole Brar has made history as the first American woman to sail alone around the world without stopping. The Long Island, New York resident completed the tough 30,000-mile global solo challenge on March 7, 2024, in just 130 days. Brar placed second among 16 sailors and was one of only 7 participants who made it to the finish line.
In local news, the music concert is next week. Keep practicing your songs.
Now let's go to Arya and Olivia for This Week in History. Welcome to This Week in History. My name is Arya.
And I'm Olivia. This week in history, on April 30th, 1803, representatives of the United States and France concluded negotiations for the Louisiana Purchase, a massive land sale that would double the size of the United States. Bought for $15 million, this land would become 13 new states, with the Louisiana becoming the first new state exactly 9 years later on April 30th, 1812.
And in April 1993, computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee publicly launched the World Wide Web, the world's first internet browser. Originally called Mesh, the browser that he called the World Wide Web, or WWW, became the first free, easy-to-use means of browsing the emerging information network that developed into the internet as we know it today.
See you next time on This Week in History.
Thank you, Olivia and Arya. Now it's time for Sports with Blake.
Sports. My name is Blake. The Phoenix Suns played Game 4 of their playoff series against the Minnesota Timberwolves Sunday night at the Footprint Center. Unfortunately, the Timberwolves outplayed them and the Suns ended their playoff journey. In hockey news, the Coyotes have officially moved to Salt Lake City, Utah by the NHL. In baseball news, the Diamondbacks are in the middle of a series against the LA Dodgers here at home. Tonight's game starts at 6:40 p.m. That is all for today. See you next time on Sports.
Thank you, Blake. Now it's time for the Entertainment Report with Avery. Welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Avery. This Friday, the movie Dragon Keeper is releasing in select theaters. As ancient China falls under the rule of an evil emperor, a fiery young girl rebels. Alongside a powerful dragon, she embarks on a journey to recover the last remaining dragon egg and save the world. Angela Di Terlizzi has followed up her beloved book, The Magical Yet, with a new story, The Curious Why. You'll never be bored again after reading this book, which will be in stores next week. So for this week, see you next time on Entertainment News.
Thank you, Avery. Now it's time for Fun Fact Trivia with Gretchen Jameson.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Jameson.
And I'm also Jameson. Did you know that April 30th is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day?
This day raises awareness for thousands of pets that are waiting for and needing adoption from the shelters. Animal shelters require year-round assistance, and adoption is a part of the process.
Your question today is,
how many shelter pets are adopted each year? A, 4.1 million.
B, 6.5 million.
C, 4 billion.
You have 10 seconds to make your decision. If you said A, you are correct.
According to the ASPCA, about 4.1 million cats and dogs are adopted from shelters each year.
How to observe this day: visit a shelter today and consider adopting. Remember to spay and nurture your fur babies. Share pictures of your adopted pet.
See you next time on Fun Fact Trivia.
Thank you, Gretchen Jameson. Let's go to Elliot for our Word of the Week.
to Word of the Week. My name's Elliot. This week's word is superior. Superior is an adjective and it means to have a high possession, degree, or rank. Here's how it can be used in a sentence. In the Navy, an admiral is a superior to a captain. See you next time on Word of the Week.
Thank you, Elliot. Now it's time for Science Corner with Liam and Sebastian.
Welcome to Science Time. My name is Liam.
And I'm Sebastian.
Here is some exciting news for those who missed the solar eclipse on April 8th, 2024. Between now and September, NASA predicts an even rarer celestial event, a nova outburst. Unlike the eclipse, this phenomenon can be observed from anywhere on Earth without using any special equipment. However, the exact time is hard to predict. Who knows, it could happen tonight.
A nova only occurs in binary star systems consisting of a dying star, typically a large red giant, and a dead star, also known as a white dwarf. Since the two stars orbit in sync, material shed by the red giant accumulates on the surface of the white dwarf. Eventually, the gathered material explodes in a burst of energy known as nova.
See you next week with more Science Time.
Thank you, Liam and Sebastian.
Now it's time for Counseling Corner with Miss Williams.
Hey, Church, this is Mrs. Williams from the Counseling Corner. All right, you guys, it's starting to kind of warm up a little bit, so I just want to remind you guys to make sure that we take off those sweaters when we go outside. I know sometimes in our classrooms it's a little chilly, but it's not chilly outside, you guys. So let's take our sweaters off so we can get cooled off, and then also let's drink our waters. So make sure that you fill up your water bottles like the day before and just get yourself hydrated because, man, it's starting to get a little warm outside. Okay, you guys, we're finishing up our April session of Action for Happiness, Happier, Kinder Together. We're going to go into May and we're just going to finish off this school year. It is just going to be fantastic. This week I want you to make time to run, swim, dance, cycle, or stretch. So let's get ourselves active out there. Like I said, I know that it's warm, but we still want to have some fun and we still want to get out there. So just bring those water bottles with you. Go see a friend and let's get out there and let's have ourselves some fun. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you, Mrs. Williams. That's all.
Hi Tartesso, it's Miss Hudson here. I wanted to do a special read aloud with you for Career Week this week. So the story that I'm going to read today is called Who Do You Want to Be When You Grow Up by Paula Ferris. Josie leaned over Lena's sketchbook. What kind of dog is that? A golden retriever, Lena said. My favorite. They're so smart. They can be guide dogs or search and rescue dogs or companion dogs. Class, Mrs. Garcia said, we've got an exciting project this week. She pointed to the board behind her. There were pictures of doctors and nurses, chefs and artists, teachers and athletes, and more. So, class, Mrs. Garcia peered over her glasses. What do you want to do when you grow up? Hands flew up all over the room. Lena sank down in her seat with her hands firmly clasped on her desk. What about you, Lena? Mrs. Garcia asked. What do you want to be? 24 pairs of eyes turned to her. She needed an answer now. Lena glanced down at her sketchbook and blurted out, a golden retriever! Ha 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 ha! Did I really say I wanted to be a golden retriever? Lena asked after class. Josie nodded and put her arm around Lena. But no time to worry about that. We've got to figure out what you're going to say on Career Day. What about you? Lena asked. I already know, Josie said. I'm going to be a nurse, so I can help people like my mom does. I like helping people, Lena thought. Maybe I can be a nurse. That night, Lena pushed peas back and forth across her plate. You're quiet tonight, Dad said. Problems at school? Lena dropped her head to the table. I'll take that as a yes, said Dad. Can I help? Only if you can tell me what I should do when I grow up, Lena mumbled. Lena sat up. Wait, maybe you can help. How did you know that you wanted to be an engineer? Well, I've always been good at math, and I like solving problems, Dad said. Math is my best subject, Lena beamed. I have an idea, Mom said. Why don't you think about things you love to do and things you're good at, and think about what's important to you, too. I'll get you started. You're very curious, and you ask great questions. True, Lena thought. Maybe I can be a journalist like Mom. Lena thought about all the things she liked to do. The next morning, Lena saw Jack sitting in the hallway. I can't get these math problems, Jack grumbled, and I've been working on them forever. Maybe I can help, Lena said. Jack smiled. Yes, somehow things always make sense when you explain them. I am pretty good at explaining things, Lena thought. Maybe I can be a professor? Lena and Josie were laughing as they walked outside at lunchtime, but Lena's happiness disappeared when she saw Kelly sitting all alone again. Come on, Lena said, let's sit with Kelly. Soon the girls were chatting and giggling together. Thanks for sitting with me, Kelly said. You always cheer me up. I'm glad Kelly feels better, Lena thought. I wonder if there is such a thing as a professional cheerer-upper. Lena went to bed Thursday night as confused as ever. And career day was tomorrow. How am I supposed to pick just one thing, she wondered. On Friday morning, Lena couldn't stop fidgeting in her seat. One by one, her classmates stood up. I want to take care of animals. I want to be a marine biologist. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a content creator. I want to race cars. I want to be I want to play professional soccer. I want to be a musician. Then Lena heard the words she had been dreading. Your turn, Lena, Mrs. Garcia said. Lena's heart pounded. She took a deep breath. Suddenly she knew. I want to be a golden retriever, someone yelled from the back of the room. Ha 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 ha. Mrs. Garcia quieted the class. Lena continued, I kind of do want to be like a golden retriever. They're loyal and helpful and smart. It's not just what they do, it's who they are. I don't know exactly what I want to do when I grow up, but I know the kind of person I want to be and the things I care about. I love helping people, I'm curious, and I like to learn about new things. I like math, and I like cheering people up when they're sad. And here's what else I know. I don't have to just do one thing for the rest of my life. I can do a whole bunch of different things, Lena smiled. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I can figure that out later. But I know who I want to be. And that's the most important thing. The end.
That's all for this episode of CNN.
See you next week. Bye.